Caleb Thorne, the de facto king of Northwood High, was a legend crafted from family money and chiseled good looks. He leaned against the graffiti-scarred bathroom stall, his long legs barring the only escape. Inside, Leo Miller sat on the cold toilet seat, his fingers trembling as they fumbled with the zipper of his hoodie. Caleb's gaze was laced with a mocking amusement. He had watched Leo follow him from the basketball court, a strange mix of terror and determination in his eyes. Now, the boy was just sitting there. Caleb's voice was cool, impatient. He wondered aloud when the show was going to start. Leo's mind was a whirlwind of confusion. This wasn't his body, not his school. Yet, the hulking figure in front of him felt like a very real, very immediate threat. The original owner of this body had a plan, something desperate. Leo decided to play along, hoping to find an opening. He looked up, his eyes wide and feigning helplessness. He told Caleb that his zipper was stuck, his voice barely a whisper. He asked if Caleb could possibly help him. A flicker of something unreadable crossed Caleb's face before he pushed off the doorframe. He leaned in close, the scent of expensive cologne and clean sweat filling the small space. His breath was warm against Leo's ear as he reached for the zipper. In that moment of distraction, Leo's fist shot out, connecting squarely with Caleb's eye. As Caleb recoiled with a sharp curse, Leo surged up. He grabbed the back of Caleb's varsity jacket, shoving him forward until his head was pressed against the grimy porcelain of the toilet bowl. With a single, fluid motion, Leo yanked the jacket up over Caleb's head, then hooked his fingers in the waistband of his athletic shorts. A quick, hard tug, and they were down around his ankles, revealing a pair of bright yellow SpongeBob SquarePants boxers. Caleb's muffled shout of rage was Leo's cue. He snatched the shorts and bolted from the stall, making sure to swing the metal door shut behind him with a satisfying clang. He didn't stop running until he was back in the familiar chaos of his homeroom, his heart hammering against his ribs. He shoved the stolen shorts deep into his backpack before slumping into his seat, dropping his head to the desk as a wave of memories, not his own, crashed over him. He was Leo Miller, a quiet kid raised by a grandmother whose strength was as renowned as the gourmet hot dogs she sold from her cart. This quiet nature made him a target for Vince, a local thug who got his kicks from tormenting others. The threat was fresh in his mind. Vince had cornered him last weekend, promising to wreck his grandmother's cart if Leo didn't show up at a seedy downtown pool hall. The memory led to the last piece of the puzzle: his best friend Chloe's insane, last-ditch plan. She had insisted that the only person who could stand up to Vince was Caleb Thorne, and the only way to get his attention was to be bold. She had suggested seduction. Leo sat bolt upright. He hadn't seduced Caleb. He had assaulted him and stolen his shorts. Later, Chloe slid into the seat next to him, her eyes wide with gossip. She whispered that he would not believe what had happened. Some psycho, a total stalker, had apparently jumped Caleb Thorne in the boys' locker room and made off with his gym shorts. Leo felt the blood drain from his face. The classroom door slammed open, silencing the low hum of chatter. Caleb stood in the doorway, a magnificent purple and black bruise swelling around his left eye. His gaze swept the room, cold and furious. Chloe, oblivious, poked Leo's side. She hissed that his target had appeared. Caleb's eyes snapped to them. He strode across the room, the other students shrinking away from him. He stopped at Leo's desk, grabbed him by the front of his hoodie, and hauled him to his feet. Ignoring the collective gasp of the class, he dragged Leo out of the room and back toward the scene of the crime. The air in the bathroom stall was thick enough to choke on. Pinned against the tiled wall, Leo felt a pang of actual guilt for the state of Caleb's face. He offered a genuine apology. Caleb merely scoffed, remarking that if apologies fixed things, there would be no need for revenge. He drew back a fist. Leo flinched instinctively, squeezing his eyes shut. The blow never landed. Instead, a mouth crashed against his, hard and bruising. It wasn't a kiss of affection. It was a punishment, a clash of teeth and anger. Shock gave way to a surge of defiance, and Leo pushed back, turning the kiss into a feral struggle. They broke apart, chests heaving, lips swollen. Caleb stared at him, the rage in his eyes slowly being replaced by a dangerous curiosity. He accused Leo of starting it. He leaned closer, his voice dropping to a low murmur. He confirmed Leo's name, promising he wouldn't forget him. That Saturday, Leo walked into the grimy pool hall, the weight of the rock in his backpack a small comfort. Chloe was waiting a block away, her finger hovering over the 911 on her phone. Vince and his lackeys closed in around him, their sneers predatory. Just as a hand clamped down on Leo's shoulder, the front door of the hall was kicked open, splintering the frame. Caleb stood silhouetted against the afternoon light. He gestured for Leo to come to him. Vince tightened his grip, refusing to let his prize go. Caleb let out a low sigh, then moved with a speed that was startling. A single, vicious kick sent Vince sprawling across a nearby pool table. Caleb pulled Leo into his side, his arm a protective barrier. When Vince's friends surged forward, Caleb noticed the bulge in Leo's backpack. He told him to get rid of the rock. For what was about to happen, they'd need their injuries to look plausible. When the police arrived, followed by a man in an impeccably tailored suit, they found Caleb shielding Leo, both boys sporting an artful collection of fresh bruises. The lawyer introducing himself as Mr. Harrison from the Thorne family's legal firm, calmly requested a full medical examination for both minors. The fluorescent lights of the police station waiting room felt harsh. Leo quietly thanked Caleb, whose face was now a fascinating roadmap of swelling. It was clear that Vince and his crew were in for far more than a slap on the wrist. Chloe later confessed that she'd spotted Caleb passing by the pool hall and, in a panic, had begged him to intervene. Later that night, Caleb found Leo standing under a flickering streetlight outside the school. An awkward silence stretched between them until Caleb, looking anywhere but at Leo, asked if he still had his shorts. Leo's face burned as he mumbled that they were in his backpack. As he turned to go, Caleb moved, pinning him gently against the school's cool brick wall. A ghost of a smirk played on his bruised lips. He asked Leo if he had been about to say something else earlier, when they were interrupted. Something about the two of them being together. Their relationship unfolded in stolen moments. Hurried kisses behind the bleachers, shared lunches where Caleb's jealousy would flare if Leo so much as smiled at someone else. He grew particularly agitated when Leo announced he had to leave to meet a special girl. He tailed him across campus, his expression thunderous, only to find Leo expertly wrapping hot dogs and taking orders at his grandmother's cart. Leo introduced them, and as his grandmother served Caleb the best hot dog he'd ever eaten, Leo quietly told him her story, a life of hardship and sacrifice, all for her family. The story shifted something in Caleb. He looked at Leo, truly looked at him, and saw not just the boy who punched him in a bathroom, but someone of incredible depth and resilience. He asked Leo if this was the life he wanted forever. And then he made an offer he would tutor him. He would help him build a different future. The study sessions were a crucible. They were filled with Caleb's theatrical frustration and Leo's quiet determination. Slowly, Leo's grades began to climb. Caleb started showing up at the hot dog cart after their sessions, his sleeves rolled up, effortlessly charming Leo's grandmother and the regular customers. Noah, a transfer student with the same shy, quiet demeanor Leo used to have, joined their class. When Leo offered him a welcoming smile, Caleb's familiar jealousy sparked. Ironically, this led Caleb to become Noah's unofficial protector, warding off bullies with a stern glare. But seeing Caleb so close to someone who was a mirror of his old self made Leo insecure. He began to pull away, fearing he was being replaced. The standoff ended when Noah cornered Leo by the water fountain. With a faintly amused expression, Noah explained the situation. He asked if Leo knew that Caleb had warned him, in no uncertain terms, to stay away from him. Caleb was convinced Noah was his new rival for Leo's affections. The misunderstanding was so absurd, so born of their mutual insecurity, that Leo could only stare, dumbfounded. Caleb found him in their empty classroom after the last bell. He locked the door, his face a mask of hurt and anger. He accused Leo of replacing him, his voice cracking. He demanded to know if Leo had told Noah he loved him, if that was his new move. The questions grew more frantic, more illogical, until Leo, pushed past his breaking point, finally shouted the truth. He yelled that, on that first day, he wasn't trying to assault him. He was following a stupid, desperate plan to seduce him. The word hung in the air, reframing their entire history. The fury drained from Caleb's face, replaced by stunned comprehension, then a slow dawning smile, and finally, a burst of relieved laughter that echoed in the empty room. The stress of final exams gave way to the quiet anxiety of waiting for results. The day they were released, Leo stared at the screen, a profound sense of wonder washing over him. Hard work had paid off. He called Caleb, his hand shaking. When Caleb answered, they were both silent for a long moment, the unasked questions hanging between them. Leo broke the silence, his voice thick with emotion. He told him he had done it. He could go to the same university as him in the city. Caleb's only response was a choked, "Okay." Their off-campus apartment was a new beginning. On the first night, after they had finished unpacking, Caleb emerged from the bathroom with a towel slung low on his hips and a glint in his eye. When it was Leo's turn, a sudden panic seized him. He ended up wrapping himself in 3 separate towels, creating a layered, ridiculous cocoon. When he emerged, Caleb stared at him for a beat before bursting into laughter. He asked if Leo was playing the part of an onion. He advanced slowly, a wicked grin on his face. He declared that since Leo had once stripped him of his shorts, it was only fair that he got to peel the onion. That night, the awkwardness of their high school drama finally melted away. As Caleb carefully unwound the last towel, he leaned in and whispered in Leo's ear. He said, "Leo Miller, I love you." And in the quiet of their new life, under the soft glow of a bedside lamp, Leo finally said it back.